Yes, Bante, I could hear you, just so you know.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Watt.
I was unable to unmute earlier, but
All right, right. Now you are the host, therefore you can do it now.
thank you so much, Bante. It's so wonderful to hear your voice.
Yes,
May you well.
May all the good happen to you, Mr. Watt. Mike, let's start. Time is right. Okay, everyone, please say it 3 times together with smiles. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So very good evening to everyone once again. So before we start, let me do the same wish that I do every day. May this session also bring you at least some peace, some inner peace and some inner happiness. And may you be able to develop at least a little bit in the Dhamma practice. So with those wishes, we begin today's session too. So month of April has come. This is the final month that we practice, that we dedicate for breathing meditation. And after this month, we are going to start Vipassana meditation. So I always taught you at the beginning, so during the first weeks, I taught you that practicing concentration meditation, mindfulness meditations like breathing meditation, so that is similar to so take out the trash, so which are on the surface level of an abandoned well, right? So you take all that trash out, and then from the outside it looks nice, but still the water is not yet very clean. Then when you develop deeper, right? When you develop deeper, so the more you develop concentration meditation deeper, then and when you gain deeper and deeper concentration, the 5 hindrances of the mind, so 5 enemies of the mind, they start to so get defeated, right? So then, so that is, I told you, that is like mixing chlorine to water, to that well. Then what happens is all the impurities, so which are in the water, they subside. But it doesn't mean all the trash is gone. So they stay at the bottom until the power of chlorine is there. Whenever the power of chlorine is gone, so it will be impure just like before, right? So therefore, the wise people, so the meditators who want to so completely eradicate all those negativities, so we have to practice Vipassana meditation. So to take all the, to make this whole well pure. You have to take all the trash out by emptying the whole well, and then clearing, so taking the mud out and clearing the clearing the sprouts, the roots which bring water to the well. So you have to purify you have to clean the whole water, the whole well, and then you can get very good water, so which is actually pure, right? So that process will begin so in the next month. So during this month, so do your best, work hard, and keep practicing breathing meditation. So all students, they are practicing the third step of breathing meditation. So you were requested to observe the touch of the breath. Touch of the breath below the nostrils and above the upper lip, right? Within the triangular area, below the nostrils and above the upper lip. At the same time, so you were asked to observe the sensations that arise within this small triangular area. Right? Sometimes you will feel coldness, sometimes you will feel heat, sometimes you will feel crinkling sensation, itching sensation, or any other sensation. Hardness, softness, or any sensation. So whatever sensations that you feel, that you experience within that area, recognize them, and then stay being aware about those sensations within this small triangular area. And whenever the breath comes and touches too, so keep on being aware. Try to maintain your focus as long as possible. Right? Try to maintain your focus as long as possible. Right? Work very ardently, very diligently, consistently, and so persistent with a lot of patience. Right? And then new students, they were asked to practice the first step of breathing meditation. So they can observe the incoming breath and the outgoing breath. So when the breath is coming in, so please be fully aware, but don't go with the breath all the way in. Stop your observation at the end of your nostrils. When it goes back to, so don't go with the breath all the way in. Stop your observation up here and wait there very patiently until the breath comes back. When the breath comes back, it will touch the very same area, and then gradually it will start going out. At that time, please be aware that right now, the breath, it is going out. When the breath is coming in, please be aware. When it is going out, please be fully aware as it is, without changing, to understand that this is not an exercise. So this is the breathing meditation. So let the breath to come and go as usual, right? As usual, your job is just to observe the breath as it is, right? Just to observe the breath as it is, right? So, and try to prolong your focus as far as possible, and then try to develop inner peace and inner happiness. So through your practice, right? Then, so they are this is for the meditators who are practicing the third step. So if you practice for a longer period of time now, sometimes if your mind is very concentrated, you might experience these kinds of experiences. So uh, don't think that these are signs of enlightenment. Just understand. So these are general experiences that you are going to experience in your meditation. For an example, when your concentration is so very good, and when it goes for a long time without the disturbance of any thought, right? Then what happens is, so for about, it may be 2 minutes, 3 minutes, or sometimes longer, Then at some times you will see various colors, various kinds of colors, lights around you. Sometimes you will see, so um, so you know that you are not looking at, your eyes are closed and you are not looking at outside, but you see so purple color everywhere, just purple, everything is purple, or everything is yellow, right? Or everything is white. So like that, you might experience certain kinds of lights, colors. At such times, don't think that you have reached a great jhanic level. This is a very preliminary level, and you are not yet enlightened. So, so bear with that. Understand this is an experience. So that happens when your mind is well concentrated. At such times, what you should do is, so just let that experience pass. So, um, so just keep on working with your meditation objective. Sooner or later, that color is going to go away. So why this happens? Because uh, because when you practice, so when your mind gets concentrated deeply, at such times, what happens is, so when it gets concentrated deeply, certain certain regular thoughts that comes in, so negative thoughts that comes into your mind regularly, I mean very often, they cannot, they don't have space anymore to come out. For an example, I told you that people are different. I already told you that there are 6 characters in the world. There are 6 kinds of people. So according to their nature, so uh, so they have their own, so uh, so negative thoughts that they develop often. Right now, so since you are practicing diligently and your concentration is continuous, they cannot perform. Right. So this mind also needs food. Right. So the so the food that we intake, right? So for anybody to live, we need 4 kinds of food. So only one food is material, the food that you eat. So that is called, according to Buddha's word, that's called as kabalinkara ahar, the food that we eat as pieces. Like there are 3 other kinds of food items that we need mentally. So, so one thing is, so the thoughts, mano sanchetanaha. So then then pasahar, we need so various kinds of things so to touch us as, so as objects. So touch us means not only physical. For the eyes, we always want to engage with something. We have that drive inside. So it is also a kind of food that we intake all the time. So for the eyes, it needs to see pictures, scenes. For the ears, sounds. So for all these 5 senses, it needs pasahar, some kind of a touch, right? It may be a physical touch, it may be a so immaterial touch. Somehow it needs this food too. It is also mental. And then vinyana, consciousness. Consciousness to so continue the consciousness, it also needs food, right? So there are these kinds of, so 3 invisible food items that we always intake. But we only focus on one thing, the food that we eat, right? As pieces, kabalinkara. So somehow, when they cannot take food anymore, but somehow So they want to pop up. This is the way how they pop up, right? But all these lights, so gradually they'll go away. Let it be. Don't, so don't ask why I experience yellow, why I experience a purple. So don't worry. So they'll, according to the mindset that you have at that time, so they'll come and go, right? So then, uh, so understand whenever you experience them. So sometimes they are they are when you experience them, the feeling that you feel is comfort. The comfort, this comfortable level is not something that you have experienced before. So you like it a lot, but so if you get attached to this, then you can't proceed further. So try hard and let it go. Understand that this is also an impermanent experience. And keep on moving, right? Keep on focusing on your breath. And then gradually, sometimes so you will see so great people coming to you and talking, right? So for an example, so sometimes you might see the Buddha talking to you, or sometimes you will see Jesus talks to you, or so Shiva or Brahma or Vishnu or Ganesh or any such kind of god. So you might see, and you sometimes you will see that divine being is talking to you, right? So then don't think that so that's real. That's not real. That's kind of a thing which happens in the mind. So it's a mental thing. That's how such kind of suppressed thoughts, right, come up, come out. So if you don't so exceed this point, you can't go further, right? So then, at such times to understand this is also temporary, impermanent. Let me focus on my breath. When you pay more attention to towards your breath, all those pictures, people who are talking, they also will vanish. Don't get scared. Don't get scared. So this is also a kind of development in your practice. So, but this is a point where you have to surpass and move forward. Right? And then sometimes you will feel like, so when you move forward, sometimes you may feel like you're floating in the sky. Don't think that you have got the power of an aeroplane. So you are just on the ground, but the body has become very comfortable. So Sabba Kaya Pati Sanvedi Assa Sissami, that's how Buddha taught. So the whole body, start feel the whole body, right? And then so you feel everything very light, and you feel like you're floating. But you're not floating, don't worry. You're not on a plane or somewhere like that. So let it go. Let that experience also go. So if you feel like that's very uncomfortable, so open your eyes, wait for a moment, and start again. Again, later on, you will get used to this experience. Then uh, you won't care about that, and then you will go to next level. And so these kinds of experience will happen, but don't think that you have achieved. I mean, you have come to the final end. So understand them as preliminary, very preliminary. So the experiences, and keep on moving. Okay. And then so we have to understand this is like walking on the road, right? If you let's say you want to go to this so let's say so you want to go to this welfare mall, right? Then first you have to pass Dome Avenue. So you have to pass Knowles Avenue, Then if you don't pass North Avenue, you can't go to Dome 7. Then when you pass Dome Avenue, then you have the then you have the Winchester Road, right? Then after that, so when you go through that one, then you have to take a left turn, right? So from towards the Valley. If you don't take the left turn, then you are going somewhere else. So just like that, all these experiences come. If you won't exceed one, then you are not going to go to the next level, right? Don't think one experience is so uh, so one of those experiences as very high achievements. So and they come to take you to another level, right? Another deeper level of concentration, right? So just let them pass and keep on moving forward. Don't attach to any of them, right? If you think this is very comfortable, and if you get attached to that one, then you are going to lose another one which is more comfortable and more peaceful and more which brings a lot of deeper spiritual happiness. But they have don't develop craving, so don't imagine stuff too. So just keep on moving as you practice, right? You will keep on passing all these roads, right, until you find reach your destination, right? Keep on moving, right? Then please practice like that. So today I promise you to teach the duties of a ordained person or of a monk towards lay people. So very briefly, I will teach you those 6 duties of a monk towards the lay people. Okay, so write them down since we don't have a lot of time. So be quick. So now, number 1 is that is not applicable towards you. This is for your knowledge. Okay, so a good monk should do 6 things according to Buddha. Has 6 duties to fulfill towards the lay people. Number 1 is preventing the lay people from doing wrong actions. That's number 1. If someone is doing wrong actions, then that monk needs to help those lay people to get rid of those bad actions. That's number 1. Number 2 is persuading, promoting good actions, right? So we have teach them what are the good actions, and we should persuade them to do good actions. That's number 2. Number 3, acting compassionately. So we have to act compassionately, right? When we do things, we should not expect anything in return, right? Hope I do that well, right? So then number 4 is teaching what is not known to them. So the things that they don't know, we have to teach them. And then that's number 4. Number 5 is clarifying the things that they already know. Clarifying things that they already know. That's number 5. Okay. Number 6, teaching the path to Nibbana and also towards comfortable realms, right? So if someone cannot reach the enlightenment in this very life, then we should lead them towards the comfortable realms. I'm not going to teach you what are the comfortable realms. So later on, if we get time, I will teach. So these are the 6 duties of a monk towards the lay people. So it is not only applicable towards most of them. So not only they are applicable towards the Buddhist or Hindu or Jain monks, so applicable to everybody, Christian, Muslim, to all those monks, right? So then Buddha taught these six also to the layperson whose name is Singala, right? Okay, right. With that understanding, so let's start today's silent meditation too. Everyone, please keep your back straight, neck straight, and head straight. Please keep your right palm on your left palm and let your whole body to relax. I will pay a sincere respect and gratitude towards Buddha. And after that, I'm going to let you to practice, let you have the silent meditation time. Everyone, please concentrate. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Namo tase bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhase. Itimiso bhagava arahang samma sambuddho Vijjacharana sampanno sungato lokamido Anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati Satta deva manusanang buddho bhagavati Swakato bhagavata dhammo Sangdittiko akaliko ehi passiko opanaiko Paccatang veditammo vinyuhiti Sopanipangno bhagavato savaka sangho Ujupanipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Nyaya patipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Sami panipanno bhagavato savaka sangho Yadinang chattari purisa yugani Atta purisa puggala Esa bhagavato savaka sangho Ahuneyo pahuneyo Dakineyo anjali karaniyo Anuttarang punya ketang lokasati Satu, satu, satu. With a very calm mind, with a very quiet mind, with an alert, very attentive mind, with a very patient, peaceful mind. Everyone, please start your meditation now. If you are practicing the first step of breathing meditation, please do so. If you are practicing the third step of breathing meditation, please do so. Whatever the meditation practice that you are practicing right now, may your meditation practice, regardless of that, may your meditation practice be very, very successful. Everyone, please work diligently, ardently, first for your own benefit and then for the benefit of all others. Everyone, please start your meditation right now. Now, if your legs are paining, you can change your posture, but please keep the eyes closed. We are going to practice loving kindness meditation in brief. First, let's share our loving kindness with ourselves. Please think, may I be well. May I be happy. May I be peaceful. May I be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards yourself first. Now, please spread your loving kindness towards your dear parents, teachers, relatives, and friends. May my dear father, may my dear mother, may my dear teachers, relatives, and friends be well, be happy, be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards all those people, your parents, teachers, relatives, and friends. Now, please spread your loving kindness, sincere loving kindness towards the neutral people. Neutral people are the people who don't fall into category of friends, at the same time the enemies. They are the people who are in the middle. May all the neutral people be well. May all the neutral people be happy. May all the neutral people be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards all the neutral people. Neutral people. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards the enemies, your enemies. Maybe you might have recognized, you might have selected, recognized certain people by mind as your enemies, and at the same time, there may be certain people who are planning to hurt you, who are hurting you without your knowledge. So all those people are counted as people who are going to, who are harmful towards you. So let's think about all those enemies. And first, so understanding that we all have negativities. Out of those negativities, so sometimes without being able to control them, so we do certain wrong actions. Those people are the same. Since they were not fortunate enough to meet these kinds of meditation practices and good people in life, they might be doing those wrong actions. So first forgive them and spread them loving kindness. May my enemies also be well. May my enemies also be happy. May my enemies also be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your sincere loving kindness towards the enemies. Now, let's spread our loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. We are going to think of all the human beings, animals, birds, reptiles, visible beings, invisible beings, all. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. May all beings be peaceful. May they be very peaceful. Please spread your loving kindness towards all the beings in the world. All the beings in the world. Bhavettu sampe mangalang rakantu sampe divatam samme buddhanupavine samme dhammanupavine samme sanghanupavine sada sutti bhavantuti. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Now everyone, please calmly open your eyes. Let your whole body to relax from top to bottom, bottom to top. Now please join your palms together and say 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Dear Dhamma friends, hope all of you had a very good meditation session. So, little by little, so you are taming the most important thing that needs to be tamed, the mind. Buddha once taught, so if you have a well-controlled mind, there is no such a better friend than that. And at the same time, if you have an uncontrolled, untamed mind, there is no any enemy than that. So we have to tame our mind, working ardently, and we should make it our best friend, right? Because everything begins from the mind, right? Mind is the forerunner. So if you are good things also rise from the mind. Bad things also rise from the mind. So when the base is good, right? When the forerunner is good, everything will go well, right? So then understanding that, so please try to tame this mind, and then try to make your own good mind the best friend, right? So try hard. So gradually you are practicing ardently. We only have I think 3 more weeks remaining to practice breathing meditation. So please make use of all the upcoming days, and please practice breathing meditation and try to develop at least a preliminary, a preliminary concentration, right? So try to develop at least little calmness within, right? Try to develop your patience, sensitivity as much as possible, right? So please work very ardently. Then we were learning about the 4 friends of meditation. So hope all of you remember about the 5 enemies. Do I want to remind them again. Right. So let's go quick. Right. So Sriyash Bhaiya, number 1, addiction to sensual pleasure. Mr. Tim, number 2. Uh, laziness. That's number 3. Mr. Kevin, number 2, the 5 enemies of meditation. Number 2, see, so whenever that topic is gone, you have forgotten everything. How can you fight with them? Right. So, Mr. Elliot, yes, aversion. Let's say aversion, because ill will is also part of aversion. Anger, hatred, jealousy, fear, disgusting feeling, irritation, ill will, parts of aversion. Many masks, but the same one, aversion. Right. So aversion. Number 3, called laziness. In psychological words, I told you, I told it as sloth and torpor. Good job. Right. So sloth and torpor. Number 4, Ms. Rina,
Restlessness.
restlessness or the wandering mind. Right. Wandering nature of the mind. Then number 5, Chingu, yes, doubt. So those are the 5 enemies. And then we learn how they rise and how they operate, what kind of harm they can do to us, and how to encounter them, and then how to suppress them. And then we learned about the 4 friends of meditation. We learned the first one. Yes.
So depression, anxiety, where would they fall in these?
So they are the outcomes of second one. So first one and second one. So either addiction to sensual pleasure, and then at the same time aversion. So they come because of these 2 roots. So then they can also cause laziness, right? So wandering mind and self-doubt, all those things can so they can, those negativity, I mean, they can go worse. That's the word. They can go worse. So if we get if these the first 2 becomes powerful, yeah. So for friends of meditation, so Ram Bhaiya, number 1, willingness, very nice. So number 2, Soye, strong mind, good job. And number 3, Nalini. Right, GI, Nalini, were you here? Yes. Last week you were not here? Effort. Right. Effort. Miss Fong, number 4. All right. So that's today. Final friend. So final friend is inquisitiveness. Inquisitiveness, you can say interrogation. So you can use such kind of words in Pali. So it is called as Vimansa. Vimansa. So have you, so there is a word called Vimarshana. Don't worry about these linguistic stuff. So you don't have to remember. I just want to confirm these words, roots of these words. That's why I remember you these linguistic, little things about linguistics. There is a word called Vimarshana. So Vimarshana means investigate, right? So it has broken into Pali and other Prakrit languages as Vimansa, right? Because Vimarshana is a little bit hard to pronounce. the people got used to say Vimansa. Then, so they got a very easy way to pronounce. So, Vimansa, inquisitiveness or interrogation about the path, about the practice. So, inquisitiveness or interrogation is very important when you practice. You know, certain people follow others blindly, right? Follow others blindly. You have to keep this in mind. So, the teacher, it doesn't matter how famous a teacher is. What they say, whether the thing that they say is sensible or not, that's what the thing which matters the most, right? So, even though I'm your teacher, you should not attach to me. You have to get attached to the Dharma, right? Even though I say something, so, so if you don't believe something, so that I say at that times, so you have the full authority, full freedom to doubt it. So that's the teaching of the Buddha. So, but you should not stay with that. Later on, you have to come and ask. So the doubtful. So you have to get clarified. But so at the beginning, if you don't feel like this is sensible, then you have the full freedom to doubt. In Vimansaka Sutta, Buddha teaches. So to Bantes, oh Bantes, if you develop doubt in anything that I teach, so you have full freedom for it, right? You can doubt it, and there is no wrong in doubting. Nothing wrong with doubting, right? In Vimansaka Sutta. So, so then we have to understand when we practice the path, we should not then so blindly follow anybody, but we have to know the path and gradually so understand the path. We have to practice it with common sense. So with interrogation, with inquisitiveness. What is the inquisitiveness? You have to check whether I am practicing this properly and well. Is this the right way to practice? Am I doing it wrong? Right? So sometimes certain people follow the others blindly, right? In Africa, one preacher has told his followers to eat grass so that they can go to heaven. So it was a big headline at that time. I don't remember. So this happened when I was in Sri Lanka. Even in Sri Lankan papers, I saw that news. I don't know whether you saw it. So then those people, the followers, they went to the ground and started eating grass. And then there was another preacher. So sometimes he get some kind of weird messages. So one day he told, "Oh, now the God is calling me, and he is telling all of you to donate me a helicopter." Then all the people, astonishingly, they collected funds and donated the helicopter to that preacher. Yes, these are true stories. So, but later on, he became a very controversial figure in United States, and even he went to jail. So somehow that's how the blind faith is. So you should not blindly follow anything. Understanding the path that you have to practice, what to do in the practice, then you have to sensibly follow that practice with interrogation. You always have to check whether you are doing it well, so correctly. So then as the technique required, right? So you have to check that. you know, let's say we have this is Bay Area, and we all want to, most of us want to start a company, our own business, right? So some of you are already running businesses, your own businesses. So let's say you have a plan with you, right? You have a plan. So you check that plan in the morning and during the daytime, during the evening time, and you talk about the plan, and you even know everything about the plan. But if you don't follow the plan, will you be able to become successful? So then you have to follow the plan. Just like that, step by step, little by little, right? Understanding the path and the practice properly, we have to diligently practice, but not with not with blind faith. You have to check whether you are doing it right or wrong, right? Then that's why sometimes, certain people, when they start practicing meditation, sometimes they start to experience that those preliminary meditation experiences, like uh, religious teachers talking to them, or some kind of a grandfather, grandmother, great grandfather, somebody coming and talking to them. They see such kind of thing. At such times, they think, oh, so I have become special. Nobody has experienced this. So from tomorrow, so they think that they are the most privileged people. So starting from the next day, they start teaching, right? So there are such kind of incidents. So then they say that they are the sons of this god or that god, and they are so much privileged. So they start teaching the other people without knowing nothing, right? Then then we have to understand those stages very well. So when you practice this breathing meditation, so there are 3 preliminary stages that you will experience. So please write them down in brief. So number 1 is Parikarma Samadhi. Parikarma Samadhi means preliminary concentration levels. Parikarma Samadhi. At such times, as I mentioned earlier, so you are going to experience those kinds of experiences. Floating, seeing colors, so people talking to you, or you feel like you are floating in the sky, right? Just like that, we experience such kind of things. But you have to pass those levels, and you have to let go of those experiences. Then you have to move forward. So these levels are called as preliminary concentration level, right? Within this level, you are going to experience these things. And then second one is Upachar Samadhi. Upachar Samadhi means excess concentration levels. So excess concentration levels. So in this stage, the concentration that you get, it becomes deeper. Sometimes you will feel like you are sleeping, right? So if you are not, if you don't maintain your awareness, you can fall asleep too, right? So you can fall asleep too. So therefore, we have to maintain the awareness. And it is a sleep-like stage, but you have the awareness. The mind becomes very light because you maintain the focus, maintain the concentration for a longer period of time. Therefore, now, so it has become very light. So you feel the breath very vividly, right? Very clearly, right? So at such times, so you won't feel this gross breath. At such times, you will only feel the subtler breath, the very thin breath, so which is just like a thread coming in and going out. But that one also, you will feel, you will experience, you will see very vividly, right? And so when you get so when you start to see something so very clearly, people say you see it just like a football, right? So just like that. So when you got used to this, so breath, because of the concentration, even that subtler breath, you start to see, you start to experience it. So you start to feel it very clear, right? Just like right now you feel the gross breath. Okay. And then the body, you start to feel the body becomes very light, and mind is very light too, not deeply, but light, right? And then you have so deeper concentration than the preliminary level, and deeper happiness than the preliminary level, right? Deeper peace of mind than the preliminary level. I will see like, so I will use these kinds of words to explain them, but experiencing it and these explanations, so they have a big gap. Okay, when you experience, just understand it's a deeper, so peaceful level and a deeper happy level than the preliminary one, right? And then, so it is called as Upachara Samadhi, access concentration level. Number 2. Then number 3 is Appana Samadhi, fixed concentration level. Fixed concentration level is the concentration level that we are going to experience before we start to enter the jhanic levels. If the old students were here, so I already told the old students in the last year when I was teaching about Samma Samadhi. So I taught you about the 8 kinds of jhanas, right? Can you remember? I already taught about the 8 kinds of jhanas. So this is about the level. This is the level where you are going to experience before you reach those those jhanic levels. So in this stage, the concentration stays for a very long period of time. Very long period of time. And inside the mind, everything is getting straight. Right? All these knots and all these knots and mess ups, and so all those things, they all are going to get straight. You feel the thought, what you think. You're fully there, right? So each and every moment, you know what you are saying, you know what you are hearing, you know what you are experiencing, right? Constantly. And at the same time, so at this stage, you are going to experience a deeper concentration, so deeper peacefulness and deeper inner happiness. And this inner happiness, you feel it, so developing. So anymore, it is not a happiness which blinks, right? So at the beginning, during the preliminary stage, the happiness blinks. It comes, it goes, it comes, it goes. just like the lights of a Christmas tree, right? It comes and goes. Then gradually, then it starts getting stable. It stays for some time and it goes. But when it comes to this level, so uh, it becomes just like the waves of the sea. It goes up and stays for a moment and then goes down. But it takes time, right? So this at that time, the peace and happiness that you feel, it is just like the waves of a sea, waves in the sea. Appana samadhi. Right. Then at the same time, you have to be aware about the Dhamma. So these are the experiences that you are going to experience. So when you are experiencing them, so you have to understand that right now I am experiencing these kinds of experiences, right? Then at the same time, you have to start practicing a practice called Dhamma Vichay. Dhamma Vichay means apply whatever dharma that you know, so you have to see it through yourself, applying to yourself. So when you learn the dharma, there are 6 stages, 6 steps that we need to follow. So let me teach them briefly. Please be quick. We don't have a lot of time. So in Pali, first one is sususat. So you have to prepare your mind, right? You have to get interested in the thing that you are going to listen, right? You have to develop curiosity. So interest in the thing that you are going to listen, right? Then sususati. Number 2 is after developing the interest, then you have to pay your entire attention. Sutang odhati means opening your ears, right? So that means you have to listen, giving your entire attention. Then anya chittang upattape, without letting the mind to roam here and there. So we have to let the mind to stay with the teaching, right? With awareness, right? Right. Then attanganna, you have to abstract what the meaning, right? And then anattang rinchati. So you have to abstract the meaning, the most beneficial things, right? Out of the lecture. And anattan rinchati means whatever things which are not applicable, you have to let them go, right? So when we teach something, we decorate it, right? So when you sell a chocolate, I mean, sometimes in every chocolate you have the same ingredients, but we always care about the brand, right? Just like that. So when we do a lecture, we have to put some ingredients, right? So but we have to make it make it nice, so nice to hear. So then you have to let those things go, and you should take the meaning out of it, and you have to let the other things go. And then anulokpikaya kantiya samannagato, then you have to apply, right, into your life and see it while you are listening to it, right? And then later on too. So that's how you have to listen and learn something. So this is specifically about dharma, but you can apply it into the other learnings that you do or your kids do. Then Right. So then next one is, so applying the Dhamma, so understanding Dhamma with your own experience, applying it to yourself, right? So for an example, when someone is teaching you about impermanence, so you can apply, right? You can see you were born as a small baby, and gradually what happened was, so you grew old and became a young man, and then became so middle age. So it went like that, and you see it from the outside world. So this is how you see it through yourself, right? Then you understand things, right? There are certain things that we have to understand through our own meditation experience, but at the same time, there are certain things that we have to understand all by observing the outside, right? So, in so with this inquisitiveness, we have to see things like that, and then then at the same time, so then you stay aware about the stages of your practice and the way how you do it. And at the same time, so whatever dharma that you understand, so you see it through your own life, right? And then at the same time, you have to be aware. So you have to be inquisitive with the five enemies of meditation are interfering you or not, right? Whenever they arise, so using the techniques that I taught you, so please get rid of them as soon as possible. For an example, so there are certain ways that Buddha has taught. One, I will I will describe them so briefly. One way is so seeing things as impermanent. Let's say you develop thoughts of lust, thoughts of greed, thoughts of anger, fear, aversion, or so I mean, disgusting feeling or such kind of feeling towards someone. Then at that time, you have to think, this person is impermanent, my thought is also impermanent, I'm also impermanent, so why should I develop these kinds of negative thoughts? When you think like that, so then that goes away. And then no soulness. I will teach it later on in an upcoming session. So please bear with me for 5-6 weeks, right? I will teach it. Then anatta, soullessness. So there is no the nature of not having an eternal I. We are continuously changing. There is no any eternal I. All the five aggregates, they are at the process of continuous changing. Right? You can't experience the same person twice, right? So then third one is, so thinking about the consequences, right? If you get angry towards someone, if you maintain that anger for a longer time, you don't understand as a consequence. So you are going to harm yourself, and then at the same time, you are going to harm the other person if that anger becomes a fury, right? So understanding that, you get rid of it with the help of loving kindness meditation and understanding of impermanence, like that. So focusing on the consequences, that will also help. And then when they are there, you have to be aware and you have to take these precautions not to let them overpower you. And whenever they are subsiding, you have to be aware. You have to stay inquisitive whether they are subsiding. When they are subsided, so you have to check whether they have gone or not. So are they still lingering there? So as traces, small traces. Then until they go away, so maintain your inquisitiveness, your interrogation. So this nature, So this will also help you to get rid of the the five enemies of meditation and life, right? Okay. Then, through that way, by practicing this, by associating this friend of interrogation, right? Vimansa, you can control and get rid of the five hindrances, and then by that way you will be able to deepen your concentration. And when you deepen the concentration, you can use that concentration to practice vipassana and develop wisdom, and developing wisdom and understand things as they actually are. You will be able to attain, you will be able to get rid of all the negativities, develop all the positivities, and attain real peace, real happiness, and Nibbana. Okay, so please, so understand and so associate this fourth friend too. Stay vigilant with inquisitiveness. Okay. Now, everyone, please think. Together, all of us gathered here and paid respect to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, and practiced this noble, non-sectarian pure meditation technique, and listened to Dharma and accumulated a lot of positive energy by doing so. By the power of all that positive energy, let's wish that may all our troubles be away. May all the good things happen in our lives. May we be able to practice this noble, non-sectarian pure meditation technique ardently. And finally, may all of us attain real peace, real happiness, Nibbana. Everyone, please join your palms together and concentrate. Abhivadana silese nichang vada pachaino Chataro dhamma vadanti ayuvangno sukhang malang ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti me vache ato nibbana sampatti iminate samijjito. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. May all of you be well, be happy, and be peaceful. Good night, everyone. Take rest and see you again in the next week. Sukhiyotu. Good night. So, just to go on, good night. Did you
Night,
unmute? Did you unmute
Thank you.
everyone? So, wait for good night, Miss Praditi and Rahul.
Thank you, Bante.
Good night. Then see you tomorrow.
Yes.